To start, we import use SWR from the SWR library. SWR is a React hook that enables efficient data fetching. It's great for fetching data on the client side because it handles caching, revalidation, focus tracking, and more out of the box. Next, we declare a custom fetcher function that takes a URL as an argument. This function uses the fetch API to make a network request to the URL and then parses the response as JSON. It's the logic SWR will use to actually fetch the data from the endpoints. Now, we're defining our React component, data display component, where we'll display the fetched data. This will be a functional component that utilizes SWR for fetching. Inside the component, we call use SWR and pass it the first endpoint, API, data A, along with the fetcher function. This hook will fetch the data from the provided endpoint and return an object containing the data as data A and any errors as error A. In a similar fashion, we call use SWR again for the second endpoint, API, data B. Again, we receive an object with data B and error B. These calls are independent and will run in parallel, improving performance by not waiting for one to complete before starting the other. Before we render anything, we check if there have been any errors during the fetching. If either error A or error B is present, the component will render an error message, informing the user that there was an issue loading the data. Next, we must handle the loading state. Since we're fetching data from two endpoints, we need to ensure that both have completed. If either data A or data B is not yet available, our component displays a loading message. Once both API calls have succeeded, we are safe to render the fetched data. We present it in a simple format, with two headers and the JSON data for each endpoint pre-printed beneath. The pre-tags are used so that the formatting of the JSON is maintained, ensuring readability. And with the closing brace, our data display component comes to an end. The use of SWR's hooks has allowed us to fetch data from multiple sources in parallel, efficiently handling loading and error states. Finally, don't forget to export the component. This allows it to be imported and used in other parts of your Next.js application, providing a powerful way to display data that has been fetched client-side.